Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.wordpress.com, back again here with a Sunday scoring project, which means it's a fancy fold. So today I've got a lovely little project. This is a dinky little double slider card which I've made for some fellow demonstrators that I'm meeting up with this weekend. And this is the project, and as you can see, you pull on the one end and out comes a message at the top and the bottom together. So it's very pretty. You'll see this is, I'm going to showcase some of the new products that you're seeing at the moment from the new catalogue. And this says sending a smile your way, and then says thank you, because that's thank you for swapping. So I think this one would also fit, probably just about fit a gift card as well, so you could attach a gift card to that. I'll perhaps have to try that. So to start off with then, you're going to need your your trimmer, because we're going to be doing some scoring. I've already cut the cardstock and the dimensions are on my blog as usual. So you need a piece of cardstock that is 3 3/4 inches by 8 1/4 inches. So you can get 3 of these from a sheet of UK standard cardstock. And the first thing you're going to do is score the long edge at 2 1/2, at 5 1/8, so that's halfway between the 1/4 and the 5, and at 7 3/4. Okay, so that's all your scoring done. Then you're going to obviously fold and burnish those. So that makes your card base. You're then going to need 2 pieces of cardstock for the panels, and these are 2 3/8 by 3 1/2. They're slightly narrow so that they slide in and out more easily. And the first thing I'm going to do is just round 2 of the corners on each of those. So just using our Project Life corner rounder just to round those off. You don't have to. If you haven't got a corner rounder, that's fine, or if you wanted to round it with a more fancy fold, that's fine as well. So we're going to stamp our panels. So that'll be the top, that'll be the bottom. And to stamp the top, I'm using the stamp set that matches with the embossing folder on the front, which is called Love and Affection. And this is lovely. You've got 3 beautiful sentiments, a flower, and lots of little accents, so you can stamp on the actual embossing if you want to. So that's your folder, and I've chosen this little flourish, and I'm going to use the Night of Navy cardstock. I just wanted to keep the colour scheme quite simple, so I'm going to put stamp top and bottom with both of those. I'm then going to stamp my sentiment at the bottom, which is thank you, which I've managed to do skew-if again. And then I'm going to use my sentiment. The thank you actually isn't from Love and Affection, that's from another new set which is called Thankful Thoughts. And it's got this very nicest curly thank you on there. Then the sentiment is from Love and Affection. It's sending a smile your way. And then you can you can pop the little flourish above and below again. Okay, so those are our 2 card pieces done. Now you might be wondering how you're going to get that slider mechanism. Well, what you're actually going to do is you can cut or punch out, or you can just wrap it round. I'm actually using a square punch, which I know is retired from Stampin' Up, but lots of manufacturers make a square punch, and I find actually a square punch is really useful for these odd occasions when you need to make a channel. And so what you're going to do is on this piece of cardstock, so that's the opposite end to the short, you're just going to cut, or rather punch, a little channel out. And this will just help your plastic seat a little more easily, because what you're going to do is take a thin strip of plastic, and this is literally just from a multi-punch pocket, and I've just cut strips of off it, and obviously, and all I'm going to do is use this. I am going to use red tape. I haven't tried it with fuse, but as much as anything, I just think it's easier to manage, because with the flick you might end up sort of tearing it or rumpling it up, and you need this to stay nice and flat. So pull it round, you can see that there, and you're just going to, you want it so that it's not too tight, so there is some movement. You see that moves quite easily but isn't too floppy either. Trim off the excess, and then what you're going to do now is, with your cardstock open like so, you're going to put, that's going to be on the front and the other one is going to be on the back. So I'm going to fold that one over and do this one first. So having it face down, so this is your bottom piece, it goes face down, and I'm going to stick it just with a piece of tape across the top. So another piece of red tape, move the join up to the top, because you don't want that snagging as it tries to feed round. And then just centre your card at the bottom and glue it down. Then fold that flap over, and you're going to put a piece of tape at the bottom of this one. Okay. Curse of the red tape on video again. Pokey tool to the rescue. Okay, so again, making sure that's nice and flush, you're now going to put this on like so. Then this piece of card goes over the top and just tucks in like so. So what I'm going to do though before I do that is I'm actually going to put a little notch in the top to make it easier to pull out. Okay, and I'm going to, once I've put it in, I'm going to hole punch that as well. So this folds round. I'm going to put some tape on here, just make sure the mechanism is working. Okay. Just be careful, make sure before you seal it up that it is working, because otherwise occasionally if you've gone over the side slightly on your tape, you'll find that it's that it's sticking. So this is where you're going to put your tape, on the outside edge. Burnish that down, and what you need to do now is, opening that flap, tuck it in and round the back of the piece of white card, and then squeeze it closed. So there we go. And then all I'm going to do now is take my hole punch and just punch a hole roughly in the middle there. And I've actually used, on my sample, I've used a little bit of baker's twine. It's plain black. There is going to be some new baker's twine, but I haven't got that at the time of making this video. So I'm going to use the black Melon Mamo that's retired, and I'm just going to split out the black from that. And then literally just double it over again, and pop it through through the hole there. And then all you do just trim that off to length. So there's our actual card. You can see that just slides in and out very nicely. So all we need to do now is decorate our front. So in order to decorate the front, I've taken a piece of cardstock which is 2 3/8 by 3 1/8, and I've embossed it with these new embossing folders, which are the Love and Affection range as well. And you get 2 embossing folders, and I can't see the packet right this second because I've moved it. You get 2 embossing folders, and this is one of the 2. The other one has 2 flower panels. Hopefully I'll find that in a minute. And I've embossed that onto some Whisper White card. And then the beauty of the stamp set that you've got, as I show, there we go, there it is. So this is the other folder, and that's got 2 sprays, so you can emboss either side of a sentiment if you want to. But so you get 2 in the packet for those. And on this stamp set, you've got all the leaves and things to go with it. So I've just chosen some of the colours that are in the Love and Affection Designer Series paper. So this is a little bit of mint macaron. I'm just going to come in and pop some sprigs of leaves in and around. And you can do as much or as little as you want. I'm then going to use the little, there's a tiny little flower as well which you can use, which is just here, with a little bit of Watermelon Wonder, which I thought would look rather nice. And this is where you can actually stamp onto those raised images on the flower, and obviously you can just add those around if you wanted to add a bit of colour as well. Okay. And then you can then add as much or as little as you want, and then quite simply all we're going to do now is attach the embossed panel to the front of our card. And there's a very sweet little thank you card. It would be lovely to go with some flowers or another gift. Hopefully you can see that there. And all you do is say, sending a smile your way to thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this project. As always, come back and see me again soon, and enjoy the new products. Thanks very much. Bye bye.